I said I was going to do this 2 days ago and I couldn't wait. I got cheesesteaks, but like crazier versions. A couple of days ago, I went to Charlie's Cheesesteaks and they had this cheesesteak called the Italiano. On the Italiano was basically what would go on an Italian sub. Well, their fugazi version and cheesesteak. And I'm like, this would probably go really good if I went to a place that really made cheesesteaks of some form. So I did that. I also got some other crazy combinations that they kind of didn't have in the menu, but I asked for, 2 of which they did, 2 of which they didn't. I went to a pizza place that I go to all the time. It's called Pizza Mania. It's located in Garfield, New Jersey. Biggest reason I went there is because I know they already have pretty decent cheesesteaks, and I didn't want to go and risk going to a new place that had crappy cheesesteaks and then be all screwed. They also do pretty good Italian sandwiches. So that is what we have on the agenda today. 4 different cheesesteaks. One I opened and I couldn't close again because I just wanted to make sure I got it right before I left. The other 3 I just didn't really care that much, but I didn't want to risk getting out of there and having this happen at another pizzeria we went to last week too, where I ordered a pizza, it wasn't the right one, so I checked that one. But drop a thumbs up, man, you guys already know the vibes. Let's get into this video. What we have here is my own version of the Italiano. So I took everything that I like on an Italian sub and I put it on a cheesesteak. So it's their regular Philly, but I asked them to put salami, gabagool, provolone, oil vinegar, and a little bit of mayo. That's what I get on my Italians. I'm stupid and I forgot to ask for banana peppers and just realized it right now. That's on me. But either way, that is what we have. So I can't wait, man. I've been waiting too long. Okay, here we go. Now tell me that doesn't look better than the one I had at Chuli's. I call it Charlie's Chuli's, by the way. That's real. But there's the whole lineup, man. Just look at how much. Oh. Sometimes you just have to listen to your back. And it tells you to do something. The cheesesteak is nice and juicy. I got so much cold cuts on here. Way too much, but if you're gonna do it right. This is like the best of both worlds. A little oil and vinegar. I like the taste that's coming from that. You know what would really set this off? Banana peppers. But I think I actually, because I'm home, thank goodness, I think I have Jersey Mike's red pepper relish, because I keep it in my fridge unless I ran out. Ain't no cap in my wrap. Look, got the Jersey Mike's red pepper relish. You can see I'm almost out, so we might have to go to Jersey Mike's again soon. I'm not joking. I put this on like my meal prep and stuff, just as like something to give it some kind of flavor that's not crazy amounts of calories or something like that. So like my grilled chicken or whatever, I do put that on there. Let's just slap that right on your face. There it is. I knew this was gonna be good. Again, what this is not overly complicated. I just knew that if I went to a place that made good cheesesteak, again, it's not the greatest cheesesteak in the world. I'm not considering Toyota's, but good. No. But if they make a good cheesesteak, solid. Also, they make really good cold cuts. So they can get really good cold cuts. Ton of provolone, all melted, and of course, good quality bread, Italian bread. Fire. And this added just the last thing that I was looking for that. What I honestly probably should have went regular mayo and not light mayo, because it would have tied them two together just a little bit more, a little bit of richness, but still overall. This sandwich will run you like $14 though. It's just small. So, either way, it's a fat sandwich. Look how much is on here. I knew I was gonna hit. Cherry Coke, 0. Always 0. Always 0. Yeah, that's good. Coke Zero just hits. One more bite. Then I'm gonna show you the rest of the stuff that I got. I think this other stuff that I got is also pretty cool. But this, man. The cheesesteak on its own I've gotten before, I gave it a 7.5. The Italian I got before, I gave it an 8.5. Halfway. Solid 8. This one I know what's in it because it's written on here. But I'm not gonna do that one first. I'm sorry for that. Needed a drink after that one. I don't know which one's which. Doesn't matter. Let's see what we got. Okay, so this is another cheesesteak. They're all cheesesteaks, but this is one that's off their menu. So this is called their Pizza Mania Supreme Cheesesteak. Never really seen one like this before, so I said, okay, let's try this one out too. So, damn, look at this. It's a juicy booty right there. So in here, peppers, onions, provolone, mushrooms, pizza sauce. So all right, let's try that out. So like a pizza cheesesteak almost. So the marinara action sounded wild. This thing is falling apart. Look at the pepperoni in there. Same idea. The addition of the pizza sauce to pepperoni. It's like a supreme pizza. Exactly what you're going for. And they nailed that. Marinara, it's not like too much. Sauce on the side with this would also go crazy. But the pepperoni with the provolone. A ton of those grilled or sauteed peppers and onions. It almost reminds me of the sausage and peppers. I don't know if they serve that all over the place, but here, sausage and peppers is real popular. It's in that same mold, but just substitute for the sirloin. So it's missing like that fennel sausage flavor that you get. But with the cheesesteak, it's much more meaty. There's no way to describe that one. I have a pretty extensive vocabulary, and sometimes I'm like, how do I convey this? That makes sense. But this, you can see how moist the damn cheesesteak is, because this is toasted bread, and it's still falling apart, but this might be just as good as the one that I made up. Being real, like it really might be. It's a different kind of good, but on that same scale, I would get either of these. And again, this comes off the menu, so it's cheaper, because the one I ordered was adding all the extras on it. This came as is. And I think it was like 10 and change. Don't quote me on that. You want me to look? I'll look. So it's $11.25. It's the most expensive cheesesteak they have that isn't a fat sandwich, which I've had before, so I didn't do that today. But I'm also going to give this an 8. Really solid. What will make it better, just a little bit more sauce on the side. Things that I could change myself. But this is solid, man. It's really solid. Now, this is something that, this is all me. I always talk about broccoli rabe, and I really like broccoli rabe. And I said, okay, why don't I try that on a cheesesteak? So I know they have a good broccoli rabe, because I used to actually order a side of it. Look at my old videos. I would put it on everything. But never this. And this just sounded like a new creation that was going to work. So this is a chicken cheesesteak with broccoli rabe on it. So instead of the regular cheesesteak, I got their chicken cheesesteak. And I just felt like this would work better with broccoli rabe. Could have done the regular, but I wanted to do a chicken for one of them. Ton of broccoli rabe with garlic and oil in there. Again, I say this every time. You never had it. Don't try it on something like this first. Get it on the side and try it. It's bitter, really garlicky. Shouldn't be doused in oil, but should have enough that you're tasting the olive oil. And a lot of people don't like it. But this one also has the chicken cheesesteak and then some melted provolone as well. Spectacular. Give me 14 of those right now. Man. The only thing that could have made this better, instead of the provolone, adding fresh mutts in here would have went crazy. But other than that, the chicken cheesesteak is surprisingly, I guess I had Charlie's too much, not even remotely dry. And then adding that oil with the broccoli. Man, wow, that's good. That's going to do something to you. A little bit of garlic on there. I don't even want to say this because y'all know how are you so big back? Listen, some sort of sauce like Alfredo would go nuts on this. Not necessary at all. I don't think they do. They do Alfredo here? I think they do because they have a chicken Alfredo pizza. Part 2. But super moist. The broccoli rabe really just soaked up in that bread. And the bread is quality, so again, it's not soaking through like the other one, but I would eat like 10 of these. Even one of those. Little Alfredo sauce. We'll make it like a 9.3. But even with that, yeah, one more bite. One more bite is fine. I would still give this an 8.7 out of 10. It's just using good ingredients, man. It makes all the difference. This last one isn't like the craziest one, but I still wanted to try it. This is a buffalo cheesesteak, so I guess it's got buffalo sauce and blue cheese on it, I would guess. But it's just a regular cheesesteak with that. Just a regular cheesesteak is crazy. There we go. All right, so let's see. Yeah, so there's the buffalo. There's the provolone. I'm gonna guess blue cheese. It's in there somewhere. I don't smell it. Maybe I do. But these big ass nostrils, I don't know how I wouldn't smell that though. That's good, man. There's blue cheese in here. Like blue cheese dressing for sure. Not crumbles. It tastes in every single bite. And from what I'm getting, I feel like they mixed it into the actual cheesesteak because you can't see it, but it's super present. And then there's like a big drizzling of hot sauce, buffalo sauce on here. And your cheesesteak, again, is really juicy. This is damn good. Yeah, a lot of blue cheese. I'm sorry. I'm working. This was something that I went to Charlie's. I was like, bro, I haven't had like a decent cheesesteak in forever. And I just had to do this right away. But this is also really good, man. It's different. A lot of times you see this, it's chicken. It's not beef. I prefer it on a beef. Honestly, I'm gonna say this. Chicken cheesesteak probably shouldn't even really be used ever. It worked with the broccoli rabe, but it just doesn't. Unless you're a person, if you don't eat like red meat, different. But if you're a person who eats red meat, don't get chicken. Unless it's with broccoli rabe. All four of these were a hit. I knew this place had a decent cheesesteak. And for whatever reason, did they toast this one? I don't think they toasted it. No, they didn't really. I mean, they lightly toast. This one isn't toasted as light. It's soft. It actually works better. Like, don't toast it. Man. But other than that, provolone. Ton of cheesesteak in here. All three of these are four of these are absolute bangers. That is damn good. I'm going to give this one an 8.2 out of 10. I think I like it better than the one that I made. The one I made was really good. But I could have executed it better, and that's on me. With that, I know there's some people watching that are like food purists, and I'm like cool with that. You can do whatever you want with your food. I am not a food purist. I will try different food combinations. I go by the, and you can probably tell by the stuff that I do, trying different stuff that I never tried before, that I go by the adage of like, you never know. I've kind of lived my whole life like that. Like, how can you know if something's good or bad if you never tried it? I know things can look bad, and obviously there's extremes, but if everything involved is something that you like, because I know people are probably going to take it to a weird place, and I'm not going there. I'm more talking along the lines of like, there's people out there who say, oh, try peanut butter in chili or on a cheeseburger. Why not? I'm not saying that you should, you know, put like red peppers on jelly. That actually might work. You never know. They used a blueberry jam, bacon jam or something, at Yard House on a pork burger, and it worked. Strawberry. What was it? Blueberry ketchup? Something. I don't remember what it was, man. I do a lot of food videos, but you never know. And sometimes you gotta risk it for the biscuit. Now, if something doesn't sound good at all, different. But if you're a cheesesteak person and you want to top it with different stuff, well, why not? I think I told this story before. The story is completely irrelevant. to anything other than the fact that I just think it's funny. There was a point in time where I was talking to a girl. We were not necessarily dating. I don't know if you kids still call it talking, but like, we weren't exclusive, but you get what the point is. Anyway, long story short, she was from Italy. And I grew up in an area that had a lot of Italian American people at one point. Italian Americans from Jersey, or the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, our tri-state area, are not similar much to Italians from Italy. It's much different. So Italians from Italy tend to get upset at Italian American vernacular, food combinations, and the like. So, for example, I've kind of said it like things like gabagool and mozzarella. I know all that stuff. That's just words that we said all the time. In Italy, they don't talk like that. That's a very much a thing that happened when they moved to the New York area and kind of, you know, just started using slang, and that's what it is. So outside of this area, those words are not spoken at all, which is why I get a lot of stuff from people going, "That's not how you say it." Like, do me a favor, Greg, shut up. Come. I bet if there's a Greg watching, doesn't matter. Anyway, so long story short, I was in college and I lived in a building that was close to like the foreign student housing. I had a lot of foreign friends. So one day, she wanted food, and I ordered shrimp parmesan. Italians from Italy really are against putting cheese and seafood on the same thing, especially pasta. Like, they don't like throwing cheese on a lot of pasta. That's an American thing where we put parmesan and they might put it on certain things, but it only goes on certain things. Whereas here, we'll put parmesan on anything. We don't care. So I ordered shrimp parm. And this is where it gets weird. I opened up my container. It was like, I think she turned orange. Well, how mad she was. She threw my pasta across the room and said, "Don't do that," because I ate it. She was like, "Don't eat that." And I said, "What do you mean don't eat it? I just ordered it." So I took a bite. She threw it across the room. And then, because she was slightly toxic, she proceeded to then cook me dinner. She cleaned it up, didn't say a word. Cleaned everything up. Spotless. Cooked dinner. Food purists. I am not. That was the whole point of that. But if you're a food purist, live how you live. Like I said, pineapple on pizza, I'll try it. I didn't like it until I was probably about 20. I like it now. But that's where the story was going. This is delicious. I never thought a buffalo chicken cheesesteak could hit like this. Anyway, stop eating. That's all I have for today. This was more of an experimentation type of thing, but I really wanted to do this and I wanted to share it with y'all because I said I would. So, with that being said, Monday Night Football is almost upon us. And I want to make, okay, this is the last thing. I know I'm rambling. I want to make a video of my setup. I went to finish, my setup was literally 99% done yesterday. One of my desk legs is wobbling. So now I'm like, I basically ordered a desk and I have to put together another desk because I have too much expensive stuff to have. Man, look how much, I'm sorry. I'm not, if that desk breaks, I'm going to lose my mind. So I reinforced it for now with a brace, but I don't know long term. I might as well just do it now. So I ordered anybody who's like a gamer or anything like that, I ordered one of those Secret Labs desks, but like the XL. It's an expensive ass desk, but I intended on ordering it more towards the end of the year. But, you know, I just said I bit the bullet and did it now. To me, buy it right or buy it twice is something I live by. I'm rambling way too much, but that's something I live by. Don't try to get the cheapest stuff unless you genuinely feel like you're not looking for. So, example, I don't buy sunglasses that are expensive because I break them way too much. So it makes no sense to buy an expensive pair of sunglasses. I'd rather buy 10 pairs of cheap sunglasses. But with certain things, sometimes people are just looking for like the cheapest option. What you should be looking for, not necessarily most expensive either, but value for money, cost effective. And I had an IKEA desk, which was like a butcher block. My stupid part is I used like cheaper legs on it. They're IKEA legs and everyone does it, but they're not holding up in my peripherals. So I had to reinforce with something else. There's a whole nother. I'll talk about this later, man. I'm rambling, and I'm gonna end up eating more cheesesteak. I love y'all, man. We'll be back tomorrow. More content. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.